Okay. Remember how we just learned how to calculate sigmas or summations, those big E's by hand? Yeah, there is a way, there's a much easier way to calculate summations not by hand, and actually we're going to be using our graphing calculator in order to do that today. So hopefully you have some sort of graphing calculator, or maybe you have the graphing calculator app Calculate 84 on your phone, or something similar. But we are going to need a TI-84 calculator, whatever version you are. We just need a graphing calculator with that math button option. So we went through all this in the last lesson that we did together. And what we're going to do today is, instead of doing all this mathematical arithmetic by hand, we're going to find the shortcut in the math button on our graphing calculator. So if you hit the math button on your graphing calculator and you just keep arrowing down until you see the option that says summation, or sum with that big E. Okay, the variable, no matter what the variable is in this problem, like when we look at this example, in the PowerPoint, it says that our variable is K. When we say a variable is just, it could be any letter. It could be X, it could be K, it could be I, all those things. On the calculator, our variable button will be this XT alpha N. So every time you see a variable in your summation, no matter what the letter is, we're going to use that X button. It's going to start at 1. We're going to go to 4 for this sum. So it goes from 1 to 4. And then the variable again is that button. So it's going to be X, not K, plus 2. Then you hit enter, and look at that. It gets you the same thing that we did by hand. It gets you to 18. Okay, let's try another one just so we get the hang of it. We'll do the next two. So go back to that math button, arrow till you find the summation. Again, remember our variable button will be this. So X, we're starting at 3, arrow up to 5. Then we're taking 3 times X. And we get back 36, just like we did in the last lesson when we did it by hand. Perfect. And then here we go. This is the one that gets a little tricky when you type it in, because you have to type it in correctly. So we went to our math button, found the summation. We're going to hit X. We're starting at 0, going to 4. You're going to type exactly what you see. So even though we already have a set of parentheses defaulted into our calculator, we're going to add another set of parentheses. We're going to hit -1 parentheses. Caret is how we raise something to the power. That's to the X. Then we have another parentheses to our variable, which is X, that X button, plus 1. We need another set of parentheses. Now hit enter. Then we should get back 5. You may need to type in more parentheses than what's listed below, but if you have any kind of questions as you go through these problems today, and you're having, like, sometimes if you don't set up your parentheses correctly, your calculator may come back with an error. Or if you're working on the problems and you know that there's just no way that that's possible, that you got the correct answer, you can simply raise your hand and I'll come over and help you. But yes, now that we know how to determine the sum, or how to find the summation using our calculator, we no longer have to do it by hand. So from now on, now that you know the calculator shortcut, you can use the calculator shortcut always. And if you forget the calculator shortcut, then obviously you can still do it by hand. But there you go. There you have it. So make sure you figure out how to play around with your calculator in that button. If you have any questions when we're back in class together, you can always ask me.